All right. Good morning, afternoon, evening, all that good stuff. Um, we're watching another Dr. Insanity video. This is called Mom Discovers Her 13-year-old Son Just Killed Somebody. This is one of the things, if I have kids in the future, it's not like a huge fear for me. I will always do my best to make sure that my kids are raised right, but I will always would think that something like this can potentially happen, because even if you do a great job raising your kids, you teach them all the right things, you pretty much teach them right, and sometimes they can still end up doing stuff like this or doing bad things, and it will really suck as a parent to find out that your kid is doing this type of things. So I already know the mother, if the mother or the father, whoever done the right thing, they're probably extremely heartbroken by it. But let's get it started. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let's get started. Let's see what this is about. It is almost an hour long, so we're gonna be here for some time.
How are you?
Oh, you're coming out?
Let me maximize that.
I was editing Dexter.
What do you guys suspect, or what do you guys
Dexter.
know about what happened?
Police are speaking with 13-year-old Hunter and his twin brother Levi, and while they appear clueless now, one of them has just committed a gruesome murder.
We need to talk to essentially each of you, and we're wondering if we can go down to the police department.
I don't know what's going on. Neither do I.
As the weeks-long investigation continues, detectives discover that these are no ordinary boys. One of them has spent years obsessively researching serial killers like Ted Bundy.
Oh boy.
He believes he's executed the perfect murder and can outsmart police. But a series of childish mistakes would cause his violent fantasies to slowly come to light, leaving his family and the entire town in utter shock as the monster they feared turns out to be a 13-year-old boy.
Find that fool. Yes. And he needs to die.
Oh dear.
There has to be so many blood evidence. What happens now? He's only 13.
There's two types of people in this world. You've got monsters, you've got people who make mistakes.
If it's a murder, then it would be a monster, right?
Right. So based on that, it looks clear that the parents doesn't know anything about this. So definitely parents are gonna be extremely heartbroken over this. Researching, serial killers, which that could be both. That could be two sides of it too. There are those who are fascinated about serial killers on like how they do it, why they do it, like the personalities, like their actions, like how they operate pretty much, and they research that part to understand the mind behind a serial killer, and then someone who studies them to see what they do, what mistakes they have made, and then you act upon that, and then you try to do the same thing like them, but try not to make those mistakes that those people did. There are two types of things. One for little like research purposes and understanding the psychology behind it, and the other end is for a very sick, twisted route where people should not be going in that direction, but unfortunately people do. A lot of videos are out there, a lot of stuff are out there you can easily do research on, and I guess it depends on your mental state too.
It's 2 a.m. in the small village of Fairfax, Ohio, and tonight, a 13-year-old boy decides this is the night he becomes a serial killer. For years, he's been obsessed with true crime content, and with his family preparing to move away the following week, he's finally ready to put everything he's learned into action. At 2:30 a.m., he slips out of his house and walks less than 10 feet to his neighbor's house next door. Once inside, the 13-year-old puts on a pair of gloves, something he learned on YouTube that would prevent him from leaving behind his DNA. He moves silently through the house before approaching the bedroom of an elderly woman. At 2:40, he begins strangling her, but despite months of preparation, he quickly realizes this will be far more difficult than he expected, because when the woman wakes up, she fights back, punching and brutally scratching the boy's face. But just minutes later, the woman is dead, killed at the hands of a little boy. At 3:15 a.m., he's back in his own bed, as if
That's a
nothing
creepy
happened.
picture. That is a creepy picture.
It's just past 11 a.m. on a Sunday. Many Fairfax residents.
That is crazy. You literally woke up at 2:30 in the morning, literally go across the street, strangle your neighbor, and then just go back home. What? That's weird.
Returning home from church when the Fairfax police
Not the
receive a 911
church.
call, unlike anything they've heard in years.
911, what's location of your emergency?
3919 Germania. I think my sister's might have been murdered. It might be some blood. I don't know.
Okay.
She did not respond when I yelled at her.
All right, sir, I have help coming out there for her, okay? You know of anybody
Okay, thank
that
you.
might want to harm her or anything like that?
Absolutely nobody.
On the line is 61-year-old Daryl Tenpenny, insisting his sister had been murdered, something almost unheard of in this area. Moments later, first responders arrive at the house, unaware they're not only walking into a carefully staged crime scene, but that the killer is still nearby, watching police's every move.
Oof.
Go ahead and get it out. We'll do confirmation stuff here. This is confirmed. Hey, I don't know if he believes this is been murdered, so camera on. It's always been on since I hit my wife's. Hold.
It's like right there. Okay.
Rigor. Just try to
Sure,
turn the police if you guys
yeah,
can. Do what
okay.
you guys gotta do. Yeah, no. So you got blood. Did he cover her up?
I don't know. The dispatch said that he found her with a pillow over top of her. I don't know about
Peroxide and cleaning chemicals?
A lot of cleaning chemicals. Pepto-Bismol.
she drank it.
I don't know.
Well, let me go. You want the monitor?
We have rigor.
On the bed lies 64-year-old Sheila Tenpenny, partially clothed and deceased for what appears to have been several hours. As officers continue to inspect the house, they notice nothing appears to be stolen, supporting their working theory that Sheila may have taken her own life. And with that
Interesting.
assumption comes the first accidental success for the 13-year-old killer, convincing him he's already outsmarted the police. However, what officers spot next would flip this theory upside down.
It's just a female DOA on Germania. Just kind of odd, pillow over her face and some chemical
Hair
around the house.
underneath. Blood and hair underneath your fingernails.
Blood splatter around the bed. The guy that found her said the door was open, and he said that he told the squad that he thinks she was murdered.
So
We'll get.
I don't see blood from her. So that might. Who knows? That's police work, man. I don't mean to overstep.
No, you're good.
Pills.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
While the blood and hair beneath
Wow.
Sheila's fingernails certainly raise suspicions,
I was about to
investigators
say.
still refuse to rule out the possibility of this being self-inflicted. But before they
So I was about to say, I feel like the moment you have like blood and hair under the fingernails, that's usually a huge sign of you fighting back. And I think this one is very important. I mean, I hope no one ought to be in this type of situation, but if you do get like attacked, something like that, that's always should be the best thing to do is to bite, scratch, get hard grips on something with that person's body, so when you do leave, or when that person doesn't leave, and if you're able to go to the hospital or go to get help or whatever, you have that evidence on you already, you know. So it's an easier way to help find a person rather than kind of just take it, you know. But yeah, I think that's definitely a huge sign that he's definitely not self-inflicted at all. Unless she's scratching herself, which even then it's like, you know, I guess people can go into like a mental breakdown. So, but these are a big sign of saying that it's not a self-inflicted.
Send Sheila's body for autopsy. There's still something that doesn't sit right with them. They're baffled by how certain the victim's brother, Daryl, seemed that his sister had been assaulted before paramedics had even suggested that possibility. And with that statement alone, he has unknowingly made himself their first suspect. So they decide to ask him a few questions.
How you doing, sir? I mean, obviously not great. I'm Officer Moore, Fairfax Police Department. When's the last time do you know, yesterday, do you know what time about, or did you talk to her or see her?
I seen her, and actually, 7:09 p.m. is the last message I got from her.
Was there anything, was she struggling with anything?
No.
I mean, mentally, physically?
No.
Nothing at all?
No, she's pretty happy.
Okay, so you made a comment to these guys when they first got here that you thought, like, she's
she's laying on the bed with her legs spread, and it looked like there was blood, and her head had stuff on top of her, like someone tried to smother her, and she looked like they ripped her thing open, and I yelled at her, and I didn't see no movement from her whatsoever, and I just turned around and walked out.
Interestingly, Daryl never mentions performing CPR. And while police now know it likely wouldn't have saved Sheila, that's not something we've known for sure. And right here comes the second lucky break for the teen killer. Because every good murder needs a fall guy, and the police have just taken the bait with Daryl.
Well, that is true. I mean, people can have all types of mental states when it comes to situations like this. So sometimes I don't expect someone to, like, oh my god, there's a dead body, or I guess they don't know they're dead, but there's a body there, they're not responding, immediately do CPR. I mean, I'm sure maybe some people who are first responders, or maybe who knows those type of steps what you should take, sure, they at least try to do something and call 911 and perform CPR at the same time or whatever. But again, everybody is different. So I think some people, like, his reaction is like, oh my god, this just doesn't look normal. This is, you know, something's off about this. And instead of trying to, like, go in and, like, to potentially tamper with evidence or have your fingerprints on the crime scene, he just walked out and just called 911. So I'm not faulting him for not doing CPR or anything like that. I get it. I think that's the reason why he probably didn't do that. But we'll find out. We'll see what happens. Let's see what he says.
Shortly afterwards, Daryl's interview wraps up, the scene is secured, and officers return to the station to await the autopsy results.
Oh, okay, they didn't get that yet.
The house, they would overlook a crucial piece of evidence. Lying beneath Sheila Tenpenny's body was a men's wristwatch, a seemingly insignificant detail that would later become one of the key pieces of evidence used to solve the entire case.
Interesting.
1 week passes, and then comes the update investigators have been waiting for. The forensic and DNA results arrive, completely overturning their initial assumptions. Investigators determined that Sheila Tenpenny had suffered blunt force trauma to the head and neck before ultimately being strangled to death. But they also confirmed something crucial. Sheila had managed to fight back. On her hands and beneath her fingernails are traces of blood and tufts of hair, DNA belonging to an unknown male. With these disturbing findings, there is no longer any question. This is a homicide. So early Monday morning, officers returned to the neighborhood, going door to door in search of anyone Sheila may have wronged, and anyone with fresh defensive wounds. But in reality, the detectives couldn't be more off track. While the young killer quietly brags about the murder online, growing
that's crazy.
Knowing the victim had absolutely no enemies. And as police begin...
No, that is crazy. That's the one thing you shouldn't be doing, is celebrating for what you did. That's a one thing he shouldn't do. It's gonna be weird trying to talk about certain things like this because obviously I don't advocate for this type of stuff. Obviously we should not be going around hurting others and killing people and stuff like that. Obviously that's a no-go. But you don't brag about that online. You don't brag it to your friends of what you did. That's the first mistake you did. And stuff like this, it should be just kept to yourself and just don't say nothing about it. And if you want to not get, if you don't want to get, you know, captured or whatever, that's the best thing to do to not say nothing about it. Do it and then go offline, literally. Not brag it to your friends or to whoever online. That's a huge.
They have no idea which interaction will bring them face to face with Sheila's killer.
So you're one of the trusted family members. What we're doing is getting elimination DNA from anybody we talk to, as long as you're willing. Thank you very much. And then how about your hand? Just let me double check your hands. I know you work with them on the other side. Yeah, that's great.
I can't believe they haven't got a lead or anything.
There's a lot going on, I'll say. So this is just part of the process.
Here's my card before I forget, in case you have anything else or need to reach out. Email and phone numbers on there.
Find that fool.
Yes.
And he needs to die.
Yeah. Well, I wish we did that more often, to be honest with you. So.
I mean, you know, if he gets out, he's going to do it again. You can't.
That's possible. That's possible. Yeah.
I agree. Okay, you're good there. I'm gonna come up here soon. I know this is a pain in the ass, man, but I definitely appreciate it.
So you guys think this is a random thing, or?
I want to say no. I do.
Well,
but
from what I've heard, you know, the guy down in that new house over there, and a couple others. I've been out here having my cigarette.
Sure.
I hear, I think the brother did it. They're going to arrest him in a couple, 3 days. I'm like, what?
You think the brother did it, huh?
Yeah.
Why? Any reason why they think that?
I don't know. That's just speculation right now.
That's interesting.
After speaking with more than a dozen people, officers uncover a major new rumor. Many in the village suspect Sheila's own brother, Daryl, is responsible. With this as their only real lead, another team of officers led by Special Agent Richard Ward makes a surprise visit to Daryl's house, less than a mile away. And for the actual killer, the plan appears to be working even better than he imagined. Suspicion has successfully shifted onto Sheila's own family member, pulling detectives completely off his trail as they begin focusing in on Daryl. For now, though, officers have just arrived at Daryl's house, where it would soon become clear just how lucky the kid got and why Daryl makes the perfect fall guy.
That's crazy.
I lost my mother, and I have not. I know, Daryl. Straighten anything out. And now I got more to deal with.
Whoa, you weren't lying. Yeah. Well, these over up here, all these boxes. Where do you hang out at?
Come in here.
Oh.
Hey,
That is heavily cluttered. Oh my goodness.
Remember I got your swabs? I need you one more thing. Could you just show me your shirt, underneath your shirt, that you don't, I just want to make sure, I want to satisfy myself. I don't think you'd ever hurt anybody. No, special assistant. Okay, throw your shit back on. So you have any idea when the funeral's going to be? Well, we don't have. They won't release the body yet? I don't know. Nobody's contacted us. I was going to send you a message this morning and say we are okay with that because we want this person caught. Right.
Suffice it to say, Detective Ward is taken aback by Daryl's unusual living situation, but still
That's fair.
scratches. And so the investigation takes a step back. There is seemingly no one they can tie to the murder. No enemies, no leads, nothing. But that's because they're looking at this crime completely the wrong way.
Indeed, literally the wrong way. But I mean, she got lucky. I'll be honest, we got lucky so far. You know, I think coincidentally, it just happened to have the brother that was there, and someone in the neighborhood drew suspicion that it might have been the brother. So he got lucky on that part, and I don't think the neighborhood would think that, you know, a kid can do this either. Most people think about when stuff like this happen and think about adults, 20s, 30s, 40s, family members sometimes, former partners, maybe an old friend that they don't like, or old coworker or something. You know, that's what most people think about. They don't think about some kid in the neighborhood that's doing this. So that's why this kid is very lucky to say the least, that it's been headed in this type of direction here. So he's getting lucked out so far.
A standstill, officers canvassing the area continue knocking on doors until they reach the neighbor directly across the street, just 50 feet.
I'm gonna be surprised. I'm surprised they didn't go to that house first. I would think that since they're right there, they're gonna start right there and then work outward. Since they're right across the street from it, I'm surprised that it adds a, hey, do you see anything suspicious? Do you have any cameras that might show something? You know, and so forth. I'm surprised they went out to other houses, but not the one across the street. So I think that's why they kind of did wrong first. I would start at the immediate homes there and then work outward, but I'm not the investigator. I'm sure they have their reason why, you know, they did what they did, so.
From the victim's home. It's one of the homes where no one answered earlier, and as they approach the the homeowner, Rebecca, steps outside, unaware that in the next few minutes, her life is about to be turned upside down.
So I don't know when it actually happened. I know that we saw like the trucks or cars or whatever on Sunday. So and actually Sunday morning at like 6 a.m. We had to run to the ER because my son, the cat, I guess, was sleeping on his face, and they startled each other in the dark.
Oh man!
And it scratched him, and so we were worried that it was really bad or infected. And so
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
It wasn't a big deal, but it was just like traumatizing, and I was like, everybody get in the car.
Just a few feet away, 13-year-old Levi
Coincidentally
looks through the living room window and notices his mother speaking with police officers. Panicking, he pauses the YouTube video he was watching, runs up to his room, and locks the door. Back outside, officers
That's suspicious.
putting things together. The boy with fresh scratches across his body could very well be tied to Sheila's murder. In a few moments, detectives will step inside to follow up on this lead. But what they will soon find will defy their expectations. But before we get to that, it's worth noting that covering stories like this, you've realized just how much people
ad incoming.
carry. Fear,
This an ad? Yeah.
even the day-to-day burden of surviving.
It's an ad.
Sometimes that weight shows up in other ways too, like debt. Do you feel crushed by debt? Those high-interest pdsdebt.com/
Nice little segue.
With that said, let's get back to the scene, where detectives are about to go inside Rebecca's house. Unknown to them, what they're about to find inside will be nothing like they expect.
Do you care if we come in, or you want them to come? Okay.
The only reason we're outside is because I was feeling stressed out. Alright, I do have 2 cats though, so.
No problem.
Come on in. Hey guys.
Hello.
You wanna come back here or no? Why? I haven't been really transparent.
Wait, did it say why?
People who are investigating are
You're here.
helping everybody, and they just want everybody to listen. Hey bud, can I talk to you? Do you want to talk in the living room or do you want to talk in your room? There are people who are here to talk about something that happened actually earlier this week.
I know, what game are you playing over there?
Is he gaming?
Yeah, he
is.
is.
Dexter?
Oh, he's cap cutting.
Oh, editing.
Oh, hi.
Oh.
That's cool.
Now you are.
I could come to, hi. He seems innocent. Again, watching Dexter, I mean, it's not a huge red flag or anything. And people watch shows all the time. I mean, you know. But if you, I guess, knowing like the background of stuff that was happening and what this person did, 100% is a red flag for sure. But in general, yeah.
Come sit down. Yeah.
Let's see what happens here.
Not the suspect the detectives were hoping to see, as 13-year-old Hunter Cart enters the room. Realizing they may have jumped to conclusions, the detectives still begin to question the boy. Perhaps he knows something after all.
Hey, it's possible.
Your criminal investigation.
Oop,
We're just
sorry about that.
To see if they might have heard or seen anything unusual that happened over the weekend.
No.
Yeah.
Right?
We just thought we'd ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother got into an injury and he had to go to the ER.
Yeah,
I got
that's what
really
I heard.
sick and started vomiting and stuff. So.
How are you feeling?
That
Getting better?
A lot better. But
That's good.
that whole day was just kind of a blur for everybody. Unless it's something that happened a long time ago that's memorable. It's not really something I remember unless it is really, really brought up.
Although Hunter is unable to provide any new details, he seems fairly cooperative and willing to help. His
It
twin
seemed like
brother
that.
Levi, on the other hand, is still in his room, refusing to come out. Earlier, their mother had mentioned
Interesting.
Levi was editing Dexter, a crime drama centered around a vigilante serial killer, a show both detectives are all too familiar with. And it's here
That's
that
fair.
detectives would begin to realize their initial hunch about Rebecca's sons may not have been a coincidence after all.
Interesting.
It's usually never quick, but that's actually
Hey, Louis.
pretty quick.
Hello.
How are you?
Louis?
Oh, you're coming out now?
What you editing?
I was editing Dexter. Sometimes I edit,
Yeah.
but
He likes to make videos for TikTok.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Liz.
Is that the cat that got you there on the nose?
I don't know what
Oh,
happened.
can I
We
see it?
just
Oh, that,
we
man, that's
we
pretty
both
good.
startled each other because my bed was right there.
Yeah, his bed was out here
and
until
all the lights were off.
Oh, okay.
So we've been knowing for a while that we needed to cut their nails. Hunter's been saying that for
I know.
a long
I
time.
felt so guilty because I had to.
So us moving, I mean, we know, everybody knows that cats just are awkward. So us moving, Marshmallow being weird because we're moving, and
Is Marshmallow the cat?
yes, and
Okay.
we had a like a playset for them, and we packed it up.
Cute.
That's also
Cute
one
cat.
other thing. So yeah, me and him just randomly startled each other. He scraped me on the neck. I'm not sure if you can see.
No, can't. Where else did you get it?
Yeah.
He kind of scraped me
How
on my
many
face a
stitches?
little bit.
5.
And then mainly my nose. And I was
The nose
trying
was
to
the
clean
scary
my
one.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
trying to
Stitched
clean
it?
myself up.
Yeah,
it was
5
like-
stitches.
It was pretty deep.
5 stitches. That's crazy. Oh,
Hurts on
So
your nose there.
I would think more like a light scratch, but that's 5 stitches.
after we got out of the doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's when we saw the ambulances. I don't know, a lot of it's a blur because I tried to clean myself up, so I was distracted in the shower.
Okay.
Interestingly, both brothers used the same word, blur, when recalling the incident. And while traumatic events, even something like death of a neighbor, can affect memory, what catches officers' attention far more is the way Levi seems to over-explain what happened. He claims the deep scratches came from a fight with a house cat, something officers
fine.
find difficult to believe given the severity of the wounds. So, with this in mind, detectives believe that despite their young age, the brothers have given them enough probable cause to take the next step.
Oh.
The detectives ask to speak with Rebecca outside for a moment.
Oh, no.
They request permission to collect DNA from both of her sons. Without much hesitation, she agrees. But when the three of them return, one of the brothers would have a very different reaction to being tested.
I'm sorry.
If
No.
I come, I can explain it to you.
Yeah,
So it's
he's feeling a little overwhelmed by this.
Yeah, I just feel like I've been to enough doctors recently. I don't want to.
So have you seen any like crime shows or anything? You know how we kind of do our job.
Well,
The medical stuff's a little different than the law enforcement stuff.
Cause he probably knows something.
I don't know if she explained to you, but we're just going to swab your cheek, and it's not going to go into any database or anything, but we're going to compare it against stuff that we have. That makes sense.
Okay.
And it will take 2 seconds. It's just a
Do I have to
inside
do
the
it?
cheek. You don't have to do anything.
Okay.
But obviously we're asking everybody on the street.
So far, he's being a little resilient about it, a little bit. Again, I mean, even there are some people who do commit crimes. They were easy to tell. Yeah, I would do it, you know. But I think that's a way to like try to cooperate with the officers to make them think, oh, he's not the person because he's cooperating. Not necessarily. But I think with him, he's feeling a little resilient on doing it. The mother is fine. I guess the other brother's fine. If you've been watching a lot of crime documentary, then yeah, he should definitely ideally know the process of what they do to make sure that they eliminate certain people, or like I said, compare DNA with what they got to eliminate people of interest. I mean, the cat scratching, it is an interesting reason. Well, I don't say reason. It's a interesting story to say that happened the same day that someone was murdered across the street. I mean, it's believable. I'm gonna be honest, it is believable. It can happen, but it's a bit of a coincidence. So.
And it would be super helpful if you could.
Right.
Alright. Okay. And you're Levi, right? Or you go by
Lewis. I was go by Lewis.
Lewis? Okay.
His name used
It'll be easier if you sit down for your legs.
Why don't you have to do it first?
I can do it.
I'll show you.
I can be the guinea pig too. It's whatever.
Of course, I just whipped that all the way for it.
The detectives proceed to take DNA swabs from both brothers, though Hunter and Rebecca are clearly far more willing to cooperate than Levi. But what one of the brothers doesn't seem to realize is that the more he talks, the more the Cart brothers begin to look less like witnesses and more like suspects.
See, you be talking too much.
Yeah, because my...
Oh, see.
Oh yeah, you could show them. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Well, it
wow.
looks pretty
I never noticed.
minimally invasive.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, I have worse scars than that.
Yeah, it
so.
didn't look like that. Yeah.
Sorry, I keep mentioning things
We
that
had a
you don't
good
mention
surgeon.
without your permission.
I find it for
How's it feel to have
yeah.
three scars now?
Dr. Stevenson. It's where they go in and they
How's it feel to have three
test
scars
each
now?
nerve root that links
Oh,
to your leg.
What do you guys,
Right.
doctor, what do you guys know about?
Then the brother's like right him out almost.
Well, I can tell you this: it shouldn't have happened, and we need to figure out why it happened, so that hopefully we can keep it from happening again. Because we'd hate to miss some evidence, and if you've watched any TV, we don't want to be those cops that forgot to do this or look into that.
We have
And
watched plenty.
They
You
love
know what I
watch- They
mean,
love
so-
watching the true crimes.
It's funny. I feel like the brother is trying to say some stuff. Was not Levi, the other. I think it was Hunter. I think. It's like Hunter is like saying certain things, and Levi's like, yeah, like don't talk about it. Shut up, don't talk about that. Yeah, I think it's slowly. I think they're trying to rat him out a little bit without actually, saying a lot. I think it's saying enough.
But it's a lot differently. Yeah.
Me and my brother, especially my brother, know a lot. I would say, definitely my brother knows a lot about just the police in general.
He wants to go into the Marines when he gets older.
Nice.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well,
That's cool.
recruitment
Yeah.
is always there. Everybody's looking for.
Yeah.
Those are hard spots to fill anymore.
I don't get.
Yeah, there's a spot for everybody, in my opinion.
Me
Yeah.
and Lewis have both agreed that him
That's
especially
true.
is a lot more mature than most kids our age.
Oh, so you can handle this news.
You guys are handling it pretty well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Strangely, Hunter continues offering
But he's saying
interesting
so.
details without being prompted, insisting that the teen brothers are far more mature than most kids their age. And when he brings up Levi's injuries, Levi becomes visibly uncomfortable, giving his brother a long, chilling stare. By the end of the interview,
That is true. Like I said.
no longer seem like
So like I said, he's saying certain things, and Levi is just feeling uncomfortable with those questions. That's that. Yeah, that is another sign there too. That is another sign.
Kids to the detectives. Their fascination with true crime, gory shows like Dexter, foggy memory, and, of course, the hard-to-explain cat scratches on Levi all point towards something deeply unsettling. With the DNA collected, investigators return to the station to brief the sergeant on everything they've uncovered. Now all they can do is wait for the DNA results from Daryl, the Cart twins, and several neighbors and family friends to come back the following day. Still believing a deranged killer may be at work, investigators know that until he or they are caught, no one in this quiet village is truly safe.
He or they. I like how the narrator says he or they. We're not expecting a she. We're not expecting a woman doing this. We're expecting a man to do this. And we're saying he as in it's foreshadowing to kind of who, not really who did it, but it's kind of like foreshadowing to a degree on it's definitely a guy. And notice with the little subtle uncomfortableness of Levi during our interviews and Hunter asking those questions or stuff like that, we can see what the direction is going.
The DNA results finally come in, and investigators are stunned. Both of Rebecca's sons are a match, but that doesn't necessarily mean they were both at the scene. According to the forensic analyst, the lab cannot tell Levi's DNA apart from Hunter's because identical twins share the same STR markers. Needless to say, investigators are now facing an extraordinarily rare problem. But even with these findings, detectives struggle to process the facts that the suspects are only 13 years old. Not only would they have to be deeply disturbed, but they would also need the physical strength to carry out a crime this violent. Then again, their age could also work in the investigators' favor. Teenagers are more likely to slip up, confess to friends or family, or leave evidence of their actions somewhere online.
That's true.
Is detectives
like when they said when that guy someone did when he posted about it on Discord, I guess based on the image anyway, posted about it online. Oh yeah, this is what I did. Well, there's online trail.
Have enough probable cause for a search warrant, but not enough to formally detain Rebecca or either brother, something they absolutely cannot let the family realize. Nevertheless, they return to the family home, hoping they can persuade Rebecca to bring her sons to the station, allowing investigators to begin searching the house the moment they leave. But the situation is incredibly delicate. One move could spook the family and shut down the entire investigation.
True.
Hello, back
Hi, we're back, yeah.
How are you? You left your keys in the door.
We just walked in the house. Do you need to come in? What's going on?
Yeah, that'd be great. We have a couple things to talk about.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
We just sat down to eat.
What you guys get?
Thanks.
Do you just need me or?
Yeah.
So,
Are all three of you here?
are all three of you here? Yeah.
Louis?
Patron's room.
Are you nervous? It's making me feel nervous.
Relax, you're okay.
You're good, yeah. You want to take a seat somewhere?
It's okay. I'm gonna go sit down so it's a little less weird.
Yeah, come on in. Just relax.
Yeah, you guys are good.
Okay.
Do you guys want to sit down here? You get more comfortable?
Hey, Louis.
Sure.
Did you get canes too?
Yes,
Yep.
we literally just walked in the door.
Here. We need to talk to essentially each of you, and we're wondering if we can go down to the police department. Just we have a better area to talk.
Okay.
So if you guys want, let's put some shoes and socks on, maybe a coat, and then we'll head that way.
Clearly, detectives didn't arrive with a strong plan and are instead relying heavily on improvisation. Somehow, though, despite not having their answers fully prepared, they appear to be succeeding in getting the family to the station voluntarily. But that can only work for so long before someone catches on.
True.
Do we need to be getting lawyers or something? I'm feeling nervous about this. I don't.
You're welcome to call an attorney.
Also, like, do we have to go? Is this like a right now thing, or is it
We would like you to.
Yes.
It would make, you know, you don't have to do anything, I suppose.
Right. Okay. I don't know. I feel uncomfortable. I'm not.
We could. How about we get there? We can explain kind of what's going on, give you some more info, and you can always, you know.
Okay. Well, do you want to
Have us
explain
explain
what's
some
going
more.
on before we head out there? And
Do you mind if we do that outside?
sure.
Sure.
Do you guys want to wait a second? Is that what you mean?
Oh,
All three of you outside, if possible.
Okay.
we need to go over some things in the neighborhood with you, ma'am. If we could go back to Fifth so we don't have to sit in the rain.
Yeah.
And we got some pictures I want to show you, and I'll show you and your sons. And there's a bunch of stuff we want to talk to you about. So,
Okay.
all right, you guys good?
Are we under suspicion for something? Or
We just want to talk to you. I think you guys could help us clear a lot of things.
They're deflecting the answer. The police department is deflecting that answer.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, the police department deflecting the answer, like, are they under suspicion? Technically, yes, because the twin brother's DNA is tested positive. But they don't want to say that, and I get it.
Go ride with you. Okay, that works. Before we get in, I just got to make sure there's nothing on you. It's going to stick me, poke me, cut me. Yep. All right, actually, if you want to step over there to him right there. All right, you can just have a seat right there for me.
Then he's sitting there grabbing the drinks is chilling.
You have to put this on you for the whole 3 blocks we're on.
You probably will put it, so. I mean, but there's nothing that we can't talk about.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Neither do I.
It's all very, very unexpected.
Very unexpected indeed.
Anxiety levels went through the roof.
That's fair.
I don't know why there's so many, like, police vehicles either.
Yeah, that's definitely what scared me. Seeing all the cops immediately
like-
pull up. Like, one person's there, didn't see that other cop pull up, and then
I was
other
just
cop
like,
pull up.
why are they... What's the reason
I'm
for
sure
that?
it's, I don't know, maybe it's an intimidation tactic.
I guess, but what?
I don't know why they
are
would
they trying to
intimidate us.
intimidate us? Right.
Miraculously, despite the detective's sloppy handling of the situation and Rebecca's
Yeah, it was.
skepticism, they still managed to convince the family to come to the
It
station.
was. Yeah, the mother was very skeptical.
The twins together, hoping the cameras might catch something incriminating. But the brothers have seen this tactic before and say nothing. Foolishly convinced,
True.
they're outsmarting the police. Investigators have also just confiscated their phones and obtained house keys from Rebecca, allowing them to begin
Oh.
searching the home for any evidence tying the boys to the crime.
Well, that's not
Despite these
suspicious.
small victories, this is where detectives would face a major reality check about their strategy.
Yeah, it's not good.
At the station, the twins are quietly escorted through a separate entry.
In my opinion, they should have kind of just be upfront with it. So I do understand why they don't, because they don't want to. They want to do the investigation, but they don't want like the mother or whoever to like. You put that information out there that yeah, your sons are tested positive for their DNA to be at the scene, and then they just hold back, and then she's like, I just want a lawyer, and now they get no information from it. So I understand why they don't just come out up front and saying certain things. But I do understand why they don't, because I think they're trying to get as much information as they can before it gets to that point. But it also leads into suspicion, like that even the mother is like, okay, this is kind of weird. You know, we're going to the police station, but not really like telling me exactly like why or what. You know, that's what she even asking, like, do I need to get an attorney for this or something? Like, you know, so it's leading to what they're doing right now. It is kind of sloppy, and it can lead up to not, I don't want to say untrustworthy, but I guess the mother or even the kids they're really see what's going on, and they're like, we don't want to talk no more, but they're already in there already. compared to just go all out and say, hey, we found DNA of your two sons, we tested positive for it. We know they're identical, but we got to do more further questioning to really make sure to rule that out, But then the mother would freak out and say, oh, I'm gonna get an attorney, and don't talk to them, and it would shut everything down right then and there. So I get it, but they could probably done a little better job at doing this.
Separated from their mother, the twins don't seem particularly worried, calmly following detectives into the interrogation rooms. But for Rebecca, the situation is very different. Because the moment she's finally informed that her sons are about to be questioned without her present, all hell breaks loose.
Yep, understandably so.
I want food. I want to get our lawyer and have my children stop being questioned.
That's understandable.
Immediately. Okay. So let's make that happen.
I don't know who's doing what where.
Nope, but I can
Yep.
go get that figured out for you. It needs to happen right now.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'll go today.
I got it.
And then my slippers. We just got home from the doctor's office.
Those
in chains.
So comfy.
They are comfy.
Amazon?
Not, yeah.
I find things on Amazon. People are so against it.
Really, I know you're being friendly. I need to know my children are not being questioned. No, that they have a lawyer. You didn't let us know that we were being detained.
You're not being detained. You're free to go.
No, you didn't let us know that you were detaining my children.
They're free to leave.
You did not. Right now? They're allowed to leave right now. Let's go. Right now. Right now. You said they're allowed to leave. Yes or no?
You cannot take them.
Clearly, this is how detectives hoped things would go. Rebecca is furious. And
I would be furious too.
Admitted that the boys are free to leave, yet does nothing when Rebecca demands exactly that. On top of that,
True.
her phone has been confiscated, making it impossible for her to even call the lawyer. It's here that the risk behind the detective's strategy, or lack thereof, becomes impossible to ignore. The advantage of this approach is that by withholding the real reason the boys are there, detectives limit the information the suspects can tailor their stories to, making contradictions and inconsistencies much easier to catch later.
True, that's fair.
Those suspects are minors, and detectives need their mother's cooperation. This strategy can quickly backfire, undermining trust and damaging the legitimacy of the entire process. And unsurprisingly, Rebecca's outrage is only beginning as she storms out of the interrogation room in search of anyone willing to tell her what's really going on.
Are you accusing them of murder?
I am not.
Is that why they're being detained? Because they're under suspicion for murder?
They're questioning to find out if they know any additional details.
How would
about
they
it.
know anything? Unless
don't-
you were accusing them of
I don't
murder
know
and
what
you think
they
that they
know.
murdered someone.
So that's
I'm saying
our
this whole charade, the way we've gone about this and approached it and slowly showed things to me because I've asked questions and not because you are transparent, is not okay. It literally just says we have the ability to search all of your belongings. It doesn't say
For what reason would they want to search the boat?
it says for murder.
Because we're investigating the murder of the neighbor.
Yeah, and my 13-year-olds have not murdered anyone.
Okay, well, we're trying to find further information that was divulged yesterday to put the pieces together.
So I'm not going to be told anything.
Well, gotta say something. Gotta say something.
Why am I not being questioned?
We would love to talk to you if you would be willing to talk.
I'm literally standing here waiting.
Well, we were trying to talk to you, but you want to make phone calls and do all those things. If you'd like to talk, we
No,
can talk.
you're well aware. Hey.
So,
A lot. And nothing because they're not telling me anything.
I would assume because
I asked for a lawyer for the boys. He's saying because we talked yesterday.
I'm asking him. Calm down.
Sorry, I'm really worked up. I'm not
I know.
It's understandable. She's worked up for it.
I'm just trying to sort it out.
All right, I'll let you do
So
your thing.
under what grounds are they being questioned? What prompted them?
there was a
to be
murder
brought
that
up?
happened across the street.
I understand that, but what specifically about our boys is causing you guys to bring them to the station for questioning?
Those details I don't know because those investigators know more about that than I do.
Are you guys bringing in every neighbor
We did 25 yesterday. I know myself and another agent.
to the station.
Well, I don't know how many people got brought here. We're also doing a search warrant at the house too. So a judge has granted us
Search warrant for her house and who else?
Well, the search warrant is for the house and the vehicle on the property.
Our house and vehicle.
Okay. Were there other search warrants for other
Not that I'm aware
members?
of.
You guys are questioning two 13-year-old boys.
Well, we're not.
Okay. Okay.
I did.
Oh my goodness.
We need our lawyer down here now. We need to make this happen. I don't have a phone. So this needs to happen on your end. Immediately. Whoever we call.
After getting little to
I mean, that's fair.
detectives, the twins' father calls a lawyer.
That's fair, but they're also not saying much about anything either. They just want to keep everything quiet. And I don't know too much about the police, like their process of how they like talk to, you know, parents and children or just people in general and whatnot. Part of me kind of think that a bit of time I just need to say it. I'm gonna be honest with you, because there's a way they're gonna bring their kids in for questioning. They get got a search warrant for the house and the car and everything, but you're not gonna tell them why they're being questioned or why you're doing these things. You know, I would usually think that, hey, we got a search warrant for this. This is the reason why, because you know the two kids had tested positive of DNA that matched to the crime scene. And this is a process that we have to do to make sure that there's nothing of suspicion in the house that's connected to the murder. I think if they leave it transparent like that, there would probably be more understanding. But you keeping them out of the light from what's going on. Yeah, I understand why they're going to act like this, especially the mother. I mean, they're not doing the best job. I'm gonna say. Again, I understand why they do the tactic. And maybe it works for some people. If it's like adults, maybe an individual, maybe it works for them. But when you have children involved and the parents are there and stuff like that, you gotta approach it a little bit differently, I think. Let's see what happens. I mean, I'm sure we probably know that some type of almost an outcome for this, but let's see. Let's just keep it going.
He can intervene. But even with legal counsel now on the way, detectives press forward with the interviews, fully aware of the risk they're taking.
That is a huge risk.
Since the boys left with the police, a search of their home has been underway, and very soon it will begin yielding crucial evidence for the interrogations. As both brothers wait.
Remember, and again, they're not told nothing about this and why. It's almost like they're doing it without their knowledge. I mean, which, to be fair, I've heard it happen many times before, where you go to the police department for interrogation, they get a search warrant, and then they search your house while you're getting interrogated. That does happen. I think with this situation, it's messy. It's a bit messy for what they're doing.
To begin, it quickly becomes clear that one of them is about to be treated very differently. Because Hunter had been significantly more talkative the day before, detectives opt for a more casual, friendly approach, and even his interrogation room reflects that. Levi, on the other hand, is placed in a cold, cramped room, subjected to the kind of interrogation tactics typically reserved for an adult suspect. Based on the scratch marks alone, detectives strongly suspect Levi is the killer, but there is still nothing ruling out the possibility that Hunter may have helped him, especially after learning that Levi has significant mobility issues. Now, with a lawyer on the way to the station and two furious parents pacing outside, the clock is ticking. So detectives split into two groups to question the boys simultaneously. And as the questioning begins, Hunter's interview escalates far quicker than expected, because there's something he needs to get off his chest.
Oh.
Just so you know, I don't feel pressured doing this.
Oh my.
You don't? Of course I feel a little pressured. but I don't feel like I have to sign those.
Okay.
I just know it's more suspicion is put on me if I don't answer any questions. So.
Well, yeah, we're here to talk, ask questions, get your story. I know you told Lauren a little bit.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I want to say, I don't think my brother would be able to do anything like that. But because that day he got scratches on his face, because of that day it all seems like a very wide coincidence. You know, because of course his cat was his face was scratched by a cat. We talked about it, and it certainly looks like Lewis has the coincidences are there.
At this early stage of the interview, Hunter, completely unprompted, begins talking about the scratch wounds, which he believes are the most concrete evidence against his brother. But while he frames it as a coincidence, back at the house, police executing the search warrant notice something that immediately casts doubt on the story. On Rebecca's bed, they find the family cat, Marshmallow, sitting completely calm. But more importantly, the cat's claws seem far too small to match the injuries on Levi. This information is relayed back to detectives at the station, where Hunter and Levi are being interviewed. And while Hunter appears eager to talk, Levi's interview is moving far more slowly, as detectives focus on building rapport and choosing their words extremely carefully. So
that opens. Let me finish this off first.
Hunter is, investigators keep their focus on him for now, hoping he can offer further insight into his brother, or perhaps even turn on him.
Okay, so that blows the cat case wide open, or blows up the cat case there. If the claws are too short, then yeah. Dang. Again. It was close from getting away with it, but pointing the direction on the brother of the victim. It is like what, 8 days? And I think it is. So it's actually a pretty fast investigation though. 8 days in. Let's keep it going. We'll see what happens after this. The brother keeps talking. Let's see.
Extra red scratch marks on his face. I mean, that seems obviously suspicious, but
it is,
like I said,
oddly suspicious.
I don't think you could do something like that. I'm gonna keep saying this, but this makes me feel really upset because a lot of evidence is piled up against him. But I mean, I don't know if you guys suspect him of anything, but I truly don't believe he could do anything like that. Even
is he the one that did it? Is Hunter the one that did it?
He's never talked about anything like that with you. Because we agree
anything
with
like
you
what?
About hurting somebody, or when he gets triggered, he gets upset and acting out and just saying things, or I don't know how he behaves when he's triggered.
No, like I said, no, he doesn't behave weirdly when triggered. He just doesn't.
He's thinking about.
It's upsetting for him. Like, he started crying.
He's really thinking about what to say. He's trying to incriminate either himself or his brother. I know I understand some people do stumble over words, but that can probably also be a sign that they're trying to watch what they're saying. And until his stance is a little bit, the way he's breathing heavily on certain spots. I think he really wants to say more, but he doesn't want to. Let's see if they're able to crack him open a little bit.
Got back to this house because he said he never gave us an explanation as to why he's triggered, but.
Interestingly, although Hunter
there we go. He came home crying.
He's noticed from his brother, he continues to insist that Levi could not actually be responsible for the murder. But detectives can't tell whether his reaction is genuine or part of a calculated effort to distance himself from the crime. At this stage, they're fairly certain Levi is the culprit and decide it's time to stop speculating and focus on something more concrete. So they turn to a key piece of evidence Hunter can't deny: something they had kept hidden from the twins. A watch recovered from beneath Sheila's body. One investigators initially dismissed, but now strongly suspect belongs to one of the two boys.
I actually forgot about that watch.
Is it or not, what he says next would seal their fate.
Oh.
You recognize that?
That's Lewis's farm. That's Lewis's watch.
Lewis's watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
What do you think about that?
What do you mean?
Lewis's watch. Yep, there we go.
That's the picture. What do you think that's a picture of?
Yep. That's it. He sealed it. He just said it right there.
We don't have any of those blankets.
Right. It's not your house.
No, I remember him saying that he lost his watch.
And when did he say that?
After he...
You already said it right there. He's done for it. You already said it.
Also, he sounded, the way he said, I don't know where my watch is. I don't feel a person would say that. A person would say it that way, knowing that, you know, they wore their watch if they did that.
Yeah, he sealed the fate right there.
Purposefully.
He's coming to reality.
We don't know what his purpose was. We just
Is
know
there-
he made a mistake.
How would he even do that? He's f***ing disabled. How would he sneak out of the house, get into the house, stab somebody? Is it true that them? Is that true? Did you find DNA evidence?
We're not gonna. Yeah. So
there's no way he would do that.
There's some stuff that happened that we can't give you details
There's
about.
no way. There's no way.
From the beginning.
If he
It's like in denial a little bit. Like he's accepting reality. He's accepting that this is what's actually happening.
There's no way.
That he's seen the pieces put together, and yeah.
It's not possible. There has to be someone who planted evidence. There has to be some misunderstanding.
At the thought of his own brother being responsible for the murder, Hunter appears to completely break down.
Yeah.
Detectives realize he's now too emotional and overwhelmed to provide any more reliable information.
That's
So
fair.
They decide to end the interview. Despite failing to secure a confession and not fully ruling him out as a suspect, still, they've learned something important. More
They
insight
have.
into Levi and confirmation that his watch was indeed at the scene.
That is true.
Just outside the interrogation room, the boys' parents continue arguing with deputies. And with a lawyer coming to intervene, investigators are running out of time. If they want to secure an admission before the interview is shut down, they know they need to raise the stakes with Levi. So the detectives interviewing him finally move on from building rapport and shift the conversation to the scratches, testing whether his explanation matches the one he gave the day before.
Do you know what we're investigating?
I mean, I know something happened on the street.
Across the street?
Across the street,
Right.
in front of me.
Right. A woman was murdered, right? So we're trying to find out what happened.
I mean, I've already talked to FBI investigators. My cat had randomly woke me up with all the lights off,
He's sticking with that story.
sitting on my neck. So he like scratched my face. I felt very bloody. Obviously, there was a lot of scratches on me. Usually, because of my disability as well, I used like a shower chair.
Yeah.
Okay, what is?
Really stand for that long.
Okay.
Like super fatigued and falling, or just like walking around for too long.
Okay, I was gonna say. I was gonna say that. What's his disability? Because they talked about like he has a disability, but I don't think they mentioned at all exactly what it was. But like I said, I guess he gets fatigued very fast. That's when he stands up and do stuff. I feel like I recognize it. I just don't know what the name of it is.
I didn't make anybody up.
Right.
So I ended up literally falling, and I fell and like hit my head on the shower hose.
Where'd you hit it at?
I think like around here, like right here.
Jeez.
So I don't know.
Did that cause you to bleed more?
Yes. Yes.
As Levi once again over-explains the incident, detectives notice he makes a point of emphasizing that the injuries became worse after he slipped in the shower. But something else in Levi's account immediately stands out. After mentioning his medical condition, detectives recall reviewing his records and
cerebral palsy.
Levi has cerebral palsy. This brings the detectives back to an earlier question. Not only is Levi just 13 years old, but his disability raises serious doubts about whether he was even physically capable of carrying out such a violent attack on his own.
True.
Especially considering Sheila fought back.
Okay, so that makes way more sense now. So now that makes way more sense of his brother saying that he cannot physically be able to do that. That is true. Is he physically capable of doing it? Okay. I'm not sure what to say here. There's something I really want to say here, but I don't know what. Because I can't say too much about like cerebral palsy. I don't have it. I don't know people that's close to me that has it, so I can't say too much about it. Nor understand like how light or how severe cerebral palsy can get, nor if it shows like a varying degree of type of cerebral palsy that some people can function, just have limitations, or some people are completely bound to like a wheelchair or something where they cannot do as much on their own. But I would think that if he's at least able to like stand a little bit, walk around, and stuff like that, there's some type of energy and some type of thing he can somewhat do physically. Maybe can't do a lot compared to the average person. I still think there's some possibility that he could still do this. And again, I don't know the full extent of cerebral palsy and what that, what are the side effects and stuff like that. Now, if cerebral palsy has like a spectrum where it goes from very minor to severe, you could have a minor version of cerebral palsy. You can still mostly function. You just have limitations of what he could do. And if that's the case, then it is possible that he could do it. But if that's not the case, and it's like a little more severe, not severe where he's like on a wheelchair all the time, but severe enough where he's not capable of doing such thing. Now the question is, okay, who else can do it? And the only person ideally that could do it would be Hunter. But so far right now, Hunter seems to be cooperating pretty well. He doesn't seem to be out. He doesn't seem so far. It doesn't seem that he would do something like this. But again, maybe he. Here's another speculation. Maybe Hunter might have done it, and he took Levi's watch, did the thing, did the crime or whatever, placed it on a bed, or had it on him and got taken off during the whole crime committing thing, and trying to frame his brother, which would be absolutely insane to do. It'd be absolutely wild to do that, but unfortunately, I can't just leave out any possibility though. Anything's possible. You'd be surprised. People can do anything. People will be surprised, or you'll be surprised at what people could do. Between framing your family members, your brothers or sisters, or husbands or wives, you'd be surprised. So those are the possibilities. Either Levi actually did do it, and he does have cerebral palsy, but it's I guess like it's on the lighter end of palsy where he can still do things, but he has limitations. Or Hunter is the one that actually did it and try to frame Levi with that watch as he did it. And it also means that that's why both of the DNA popped up, because if they're identical twins, then yeah. I mean, they both can be potential suspects still. It can be one or the other, or maybe they both have a role in it. We'll find out.
Investigators know Hunter is physically stronger, has no disability, and shares many of the same interests in true crime as his brother Levi. At this point, detectives are realizing they may have prematurely cleared Hunter, treating him.
Or I do also say that sometimes when I look at Hunter, he does seem a little more calmer and kind of more mellow from it. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just happy to notice that right now that he does seem a little more calmer at times and more mellow, kind of more, I guess, chill, which could also potentially be a sign, but not always. I mean, that's just how some people are. So.
More like a witness than a suspect, and in doing so, may have lost their chance to implicate him. But with the pressure mounting on Levi, this may be the perfect opportunity for him to turn on his brother. And for the first time during his interview, the bond between the twins is about to be truly tested.
We get in. 15 minutes later, Mom starts seeing a bunch of sirens outside. And she opens the window and she's like, "Oh my God, something happened to Denise." And me, already in a panicked, weird state, I kind of started feeling emotionally triggered. And when she said there was a bunch of ambulances outside, I started to freak out even more. I just felt even worse because Mom had said that something had happened to Denise, our neighbor, right in front of us. And I started feeling even worse, just to the fact that the same night that something happened, or something like that had happened, that I had an injury of my own.
Although Levi never directly blames his twin brother for the murder, he seems more focused on how bad the situation already looks for him. And as the interview continues, it would only get worse, because detectives begin receiving critical updates from the house search that is still ongoing, and officers have started uncovering disturbing items. Inside Levi's bedroom, officers recover a journal containing violent writing and repeated references of wanting to kill someone. They also uncover a growing obsession with serial killers, books, online content, and material saved focused on infamous murderers, and in particular, Ted Bundy. Detectives begin to realize this was far more than just a morbid curiosity. Over time, what began as an interest in true crime had evolved into something far darker for Levi. And now detectives are left trying to determine whether this interest in violence had consumed them both. Because Levi
that is possible.
Twins, the blood DNA recovered at the scene is consistent with both of them. Something detectives choose to intentionally keep from Levi. Instead, they tell him that the DNA points specifically to him, hoping this pressure will make him crack. But if Levi is the criminal genius he thinks he is, he will easily be able to see through the detective's bluff.
So, you said you've never been in Denise's house?
Oh, let's see what happens.
Okay. Do you know what DNA is? You ever heard of it?
I've heard of it.
Okay. So we're trying to figure out, and I want you to help me explain this, okay, why your blood would be in Denise's house. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Well, I'm not sure. Because...
He's thinking.
How is it my blood?
That's what we're trying to find out.
Because I don't know why it would be in my house. I mean, in her house.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out. That's why we're even here right now.
Oh.
Remember we got those swabs from you? Well, we compared that to the blood in the house, and it's not only her blood, it's your blood mixed in with it.
Wow.
Through DNA testing.
I don't know what explanation I could give you, or even come up with, that would be equivalent to how that would happen.
Now, to be fair, if he was very smart, Now, I know maybe not everyone knows this, and that's completely okay. I'm even learning right now too, about how DNA testing and stuff. Anyway, if you actually did a lot of research about certain things, you would probably know that if you have twins, potentially, I guess it's potentially, if you have twins that are tested for blood samples or whatever, and there's a chance that they both should be a positive match, because I guess twins have very similar or the same, I guess very similar DNA, so it can come out as positive for both people. Yeah, but they explained it earlier in the video. It's not the DNA, it's something else in the DNA that's exactly the same when it comes to twins. But if he actually really do the research, he may know that and may spend that against them. So he's trying to frame me. What about my brother? If we're both positive, then should my brother also be just as a suspect as I am?
There's only one person here that knows, and that's you.
How do you know that?
Because there's no other way that part of you can be in that house without you never being in there.
I can agree with that.
Right? So that's why I just need an explanation as to how. I'm just trying to wrap my brain around it, you know?
Well, I have to wrap my brain around it first.
Yeah, so that's we need to wrap it around together. You know?
Can you help me with that?
I can, if you help me. I can help you if you help me.
Helping each other.
I told you the truth, though.
I don't think you're telling me all the truth.
What? But I'm not lying.
Well, I think you're about how you got hurt. We have your blood in her house, and we're trying to figure out how it got there. That's the bottom line.
Well,
that's the bottom line. I mean,
you get my blood from somewhere?
We don't need your blood. We got swabs.
I just mean like
they use the DNA
in that house for a reason.
Oh, I don't know. Would you tell me? Would they? I didn't put your blood there.
I don't have any enemies.
I didn't put your blood there.
I mean, I'm only 13. I don't know why anybody would put my blood in a house, but I mean, who knows? Is there any more questions you have for me, or like what?
Well, I want to get past this, and we're not getting past it. You don't know, I don't know. So we're not resolving anything.
Well, I'm not sure if we can resolve it if I don't know and you don't know. Does you know?
You just
people in this world. You've got monsters. You've got people who make mistakes.
I think I disagree with that personally.
Help us explain that.
What do you disagree with about that statement?
I just think that, you know, there's a lot of different types of people in the world. There's not monsters and people who commit mistakes.
Well, I'm simplifying things in terms of, you know, a crime, a murder, right?
Oh.
There's two types of people who would commit a murder. There's a monster, and there's people who make mistakes. Like his example of the...
Got carried away.
Well, if it's a murder, then it would be a monster, right?
Not necessarily.
You don't think so?
No.
Still believing he's in control of the situation, Levi never asks for a lawyer or even his mother, and unsurprisingly, fails to catch the detective's bluff about his DNA. But while Levi remains convinced he's outsmarted the police, he has no idea that while the evidence uncovered in his room is already damning enough, what detectives are about to find on his phone will destroy any chance of walking free. Because before long, detectives will
back to that Discord message.
Breakthrough in the investigation. After searching the brothers' phones and social media activity, it begins to uncover a disturbing picture. Just one day after the murder, Levi writes, "This one was a fighter," and detectives realize this wasn't a spur-of-the-moment act. Levi had
To an unknown user
for months with searches
Months?
of how to choose the perfect victim, how to strangle someone, and how to defeat a police interrogation. And they would uncover even more evidence tying Levi directly to the scene. Not only was the watch confirmed, but inside his room, they discovered a shirt covered in Sheila's blood and gloves matching the ones from the crime scene. Now, even without a full confession,
Seriously?
detectives know they have enough evidence to formally charge him. With this, both
I'll make it going.
finally come to an end, and as a detective steps out to inform the parents that one of their young sons is an alleged killer, all they can do is stand in shock, silently waiting to hear their son's fate.
Damn, that is insane. So not only, yeah, he he tried. That's what I'd say. He tried, and what makes it worse is that not only that you did it, you boast about it, pretty much, and then you kept the evidence in your room. Oh boy, you're not that smart. So you're not that smart, but you're gonna be very heartbroken.
I'm Special Agent Ward with Beast Bureau Criminal Investigation. You see two of my colleagues here, my other colleague. Now, there's some certain things I'm going to tell you that we have that are bad, okay? All right, that watch that we showed you was under her body.
Yep, and she already knows. Yeah, she already cut the dots already.
I have more things to tell me.
Okay, I don't know what in the world happened. We're not talking to him anymore. I mean, he doesn't want to really talk anymore. I don't know what happened.
Say it.
You can keep talking.
Just say it.
Well, we have a lot of other evidence too. I'm just trying to figure out what in the world happened.
I don't know.
Where's the lawyer? Oh, this is 6:55 p.m.
Okay, sorry, what else?
I'm not doing this to...
I don't think you are.
I'm just trying to do my job, and
I'm in
so are my
shock.
colleagues.
What happens now?
I'm consulting with the Hamilton County Prosecutor's Office.
He's only 13.
He is only 13.
Oh my god, oh my god. I know, honey, I know. Okay. No, it's not true. No. Oh god, I feel like such a over being so stern. I never.
You're a mom.
There's no way you could have known.
After finally learning what their son had done, Levi's family are left to come to terms with a devastating reality. With the
That is
overwhelming
true.
evidence against him, on November 10th, 2025,
November?
Levi Court ultimately pleads guilty to aggravated murder, aggravated burglary, and strangulation
Burglary?
in the killing of Sheila Tenpenny. And because of his age, Levi receives the maximum sentence allowed under juvenile law. He will remain in a juvenile facility until he turns 21, meaning he is expected to be released in 2033. But for Sheila's family, the outcome still
That's
doesn't
8
feel like
years.
justice. Under juvenile sentencing laws, Levi cannot legally remain incarcerated beyond that age.
What?
And at Levi's sentencing, the lead investigator warned the court, telling the judge he made a mistake. It was good luck for us that he did, but in the future, is he going to learn from those mistakes? That's what I'm concerned about. For the detectives involved,
We don't know. I mean, with someone who's I mean, you doing research on serial killers and stuff like that, and then you're doing research about, you know, finding a victim, how to not evade, but how do you I guess not evade, but how do you like going into like police interrogations and stuff like that. You having notebooks and stuff that says, you know, criminalizing and stuff at like 13 or I guess maybe 12 if it said it happened months beforehand of doing its research. There's a possibility he could do it again. And like the running investigator said, it's not sure. Sometimes it could be a mistake. You know, you do it once, it's a mistake, you don't do it again. But if you've done like this research and stuff like that and everything, I don't think there's a chance that it would be something that would just be a one-time thing. You know, it's always going to be a suspicion that he's going to do it again because he has that knowledge. He did that research. And now that he's going to be 21 going out, that's even worse because now you're an actual full-on adult now. So,
Investigation,
I don't
there
know.
remains a terrifying possibility that Sheila was not the end of Levi's violence, but only the beginning of what he could be capable of. And while this case left Ohio shaken by a killer no one ever expected, our next case unfolds somewhere danger is never supposed to reach. Inside St. Vincent North Hospital, more than a dozen gunshots sent patients and doctors into lockdown as SWAT officers move floor by floor searching for the shooter.
Hospital still on lockdown. Shooter has not been located.
This way. That way. Just go that way.
With one person already dead, more than 70 rooms, and a maze of hallways to secure, police are forced into an intense race to stop the gunman before he finds another victim.
Interesting.
Watch this exclusive Dr. Insanity episode.
It has to be
3 more episodes from our new Tubi series.
Okay.
Link below and check it.
Okay, 2B. Okay. I was like, what? Like, okay. Yeah. I still think the sentence was pretty light. The sentence is too light still. It's crazy to have the law that, well, I don't know if the law for all underage people, but if they commit something like this, they'll only be served up to the 21. It's Ohio law. That is insane. I think with that, he should be locked away for life. Or death penalty or something. I mean, with this case, there's a possibility he could do it again, to be honest. I mean, if he's capable of killing one, he's able to kill more. And like I said, the fact that he did research already on Ted Bundy, did research about the police thing and stuff like that, it's right there. It shows. Unfortunately, it shows. Well, this is a very interesting case. Very interesting case. I am glad that the hunter was okay. He's not involved with it. It is hard to believe, you know, but I'm glad he was not involved in it. I'm glad the brother of the victim. It sucks that he got pretty much incriminated at first for the first suspect, but I'm glad he got his answer though. So he really knows exactly what happened and who did it. But I got nothing else to say about this. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, feel free to follow or subscribe to Dr. Insanity. I'm gonna like that because I'm gonna forget. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day, afternoon, evening, all that good stuff. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to my video. Feel free to comment your thoughts about this. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.